sounds a little like something out of a fairy tale, doesn't it? But, this simple idea that one small, kind of insignificant thing can just unleash total chaos is right at the heart of a phrase we are still using thousands of years later. I bet you have. Maybe you've come across it in a book or a movie or even in some heated news debate. It's just one of those phrases that sounds instantly dramatic, right? It hints at some kind of deep, fascinating story. And let me tell you, the real story behind it is even crazier than you might think. So let's get right into it. In this explainer, we're going to break down what the apple of discord actually means, we'll uncover the wild ancient story of where it came from, and we'll see how this myth still pops up in our world today. Okay, so before we get to all the gods and goddesses and the drama, what exactly is an apple of discord when we use the phrase today? Right, so here's the crucial point. The apple isn't always a real physical thing. It can be an idea or a promotion at work or some political decision. It's basically anything that preys on our vanity and our ego. It is that one single thing, that point of contention, that lights the fuse of a much, much bigger conflict. It's the trick. So where on earth did this powerful idea come from? Well, for that, we've got to travel all the way back to ancient Greece, to a story that's just filled with petty gods, powerful goddesses, and yep, the beginnings of a legendary war. And it all started with a single piece of fruit. It's like a perfect domino effect. So picture this. There's a huge wedding party for the gods, but Eris, who is literally the goddess of discord, wasn't invited. Ouch. So for revenge, she crashes the party by tossing a golden apple into the crowd, and on it are the words, "For the fairest." Of course, this immediately sparks this huge fight between three of the most powerful goddesses, Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite. They decide to let a mortal guy, Paris of Troy, judge who's the fairest. And his decision, well, that's what ends up kicking off the entire Trojan War. So one apple, one legendary war. Wow. And that's really the power of this story, isn't it? It was so vivid, so memorable that this core idea, a tiny object causing a massive conflict, has survived for millennia. It's transformed into this incredibly useful way for us to describe drama today. All right, so how does this ancient drama actually show up in the real world? Let's look at a really simple, practical example. This is just a perfect example. I mean, think about it. The friends were probably fine before, right? But the minute you introduce this one contentious issue, money, maybe it's an inheritance or a loan, that becomes their golden apple. It's not really about the fruit, it's about the vanity, the ego, and the rivalry it brought to the surface. For these friends, it's not about the dollar bills. It's about what they feel they're owed. It's about fairness, or it's about pride. The money is just the catalyst. So that's a fascinating question to think about, isn't it? What are the seemingly small issues in politics or at your job or maybe even in your own family that have the power to cause these huge arguments? Once you start looking for them, you'll start to see these little apples of discord everywhere.